Hey, this is your reading from May 10th until the 16th. Let's take a look and see what is going on in the energy for those who watch this video. You aren't going to get there alone. It's lovely. I see you standing at the top of a mountain and you're helping somebody up. And that could be of being of service to somebody. So you're collaborating with people who are looking for your help. You have the power to know how to move them through to what's next for them. Or it could be collaborators in the way of they're helping you move some project forward, or you're helping them move some project forward. But it's this creation and creativity of collaboration, which I love that because that signals we're headed toward connection and more true connection or real connection, which is something that has been really challenging for most people to have true connections. We've been moving through different experiences and different social groups and so on to find where is it that we truly belong. And that's a yearning for humanity. It's something that is necessary for us to know within ourselves. We belong to ourselves. Of course, we had to learn that. But there's also this important piece of belonging within the community or within a community of people. And you might belong in several communities, right? Then it feels like wiping a window with something that's muddy. It's this generalized statement, this generalization. It could be looked at that way of all people do XYZ, that we can have that experience kind of against us, such as the energy might be conducive to us saying, well, I could do that. And then saying, well, but that's not really possible because of the generalized perception of moms don't do that, or in this situation, you can't, that there's not the opportunity to do it. And I know how frustrating that can feel when you look at your life and you think, I can't afford that. That's not the way I can do that. So let me look at what is the grander scheme here for that? What is the way that we move through to be able to do it in a way that works for us? And the words that come right away were feel good about it. So maybe even this, if we feel good about, boy, I really want to go and take that singing class or those voice lessons, and you don't even exactly know why, and you look at the pricing of the person you want to go and see, and they're way out of range, no pun intended, or maybe it was. And then you say, I'm going to have a vocal teacher come my way, and it's going to be a woman, and they're going to be about this age, and they're going to be free or really low cost or just the right price for what I can afford, right? That will come your way, and you let go of it, and you just let it fill in the pieces. It's a time of abundance, so asking for what you want, but letting go of it is key. It's key to let go. This is what I want. That's happening. Oh my gosh, it's going to be really fun to see that play out. And then let go of it and let it happen. And set yourself up to fail or win. Ooh, that's kind of a pressury one. Where are you doing the work that moves you toward what your ambition is? And I think one of the tricky pieces with that right now is many of us know who we are to some degree. We know what our skill set and our strengths are. But the other piece of it is there are points in that we don't understand about ourselves. We don't know where we belong in it. We don't know what's the next right thing to do. And we get stymied in it. We get caught in it instead of letting go and saying the next right thing is going to present itself. And it will be crystal clear. And it's going to be so true about who I am. I'll know to choose that, right? We need to get in there a little bit. And we also need to show the work behind the scenes, that we're doing the work to get ourselves out there, that we're looking at the things and we're being unafraid to do whatever it takes. Like I wrote a book and I sent it to the president of Ireland because she's an outspoken woman who's a feminist, and she's feels like we got to change this. And the president is more like the United States vice president. She's more of a social role. The prime minister is the one that is the governing political person, just in case you didn't know that. So that's what we want to do. We want to not hold back. We want to put ourselves out there and see what comes of it, right? What happens. And do it wherever your intuition is strong, saying, do this thing. Do it. Don't hold back, because even if it's not the thing, it may be the universe pushing and saying, can you hear this? And yes, I can. I'm going to do that because I want to follow what leads me to where life is bliss, where life is amazing for you. That's what we all want, right? Where it's easy. It's not so laborious and living to a standard that isn't really your standard. But things work a certain way. And I mean, all these status quo statements that we hear, we're done with that. That is going away. That is what is dying right now. Okay, let's go back and take a look. And it shows gentle, gentle, and flow. This doesn't surprise me. Gentle, gentle, flow. And again, gentle, gentle, flow. We're in a time where we're coming back to ourselves and we're coming home to ourselves. And as a result, we need to be gentle. Because if one thing has been taught in us at a deep level in society is people who succeed drive, they force, they push, they go, they work a lot. And that's not necessarily the way that humanity works. And because of that, the gentle, gentle, and then let it flow or push a little bit is important. You can think about childbirth. You aren't pushing until that baby comes all the way down because the muscles will do it. It will push that baby down. But then when you're forging new territory, ouch, they want you to push so that it expands that area. So the baby is coming out of expansion. Quite seriously, they're coming out of something that is expanding them into this universe, into this experience, into this humanness. Same thing. Gentle, gentle, let the muscles do it. Let the manifestation do it. Step back, let the universe take care of it. And then a little bit of push or a little bit of let it flow, right? Help it along a little bit, but go easy. Put your hand on your heart a lot and say, I'm okay. Even sticking your other hand on your back and circling around, I'm okay. I'm okay. Okay, because we've had a lot of messaging telling us we aren't okay. We look out at the greater world and we think, am I okay? I've had friends say to me, I'm just going to live for today because who knows? And I think, wow, that's how they're living. And they're not scared. They're more, who knows what's going to happen? Right? We want to take matters into our own hands. Gentleness, that's the way through. Get with the heart, get it calm, get it open. Ask the universe, bring it. Bring an open heart. Help me cultivate that. Because that, of course, is what we protected. We also protected our solar plexus or where our power is because people gave us in this system of the model, that's in my work, we are stuck in this, I don't know. Am I using my power? I'm told I'm not, but I feel like I am. We're confused about what power is because we were told and taught to control. Control is not power. Even though they're defined quite synonymously in the dictionary, power is I know. And I only need to know for me. I don't need to know for anybody else. That is truly unconditional love. And then we have the I know for everybody. I'm going to prove and tell you and do all the things. But when we're coming from the I know for myself, and that's as much as I need to know, what we tend to do is share our life. Hey, look at this thing or listen to this story. This is what happened. Pretty incredible, huh? We're very calm and with ourselves, which is to me a little bit different than being present. It's like 1 inch beyond that, or let's say 10 centimeters. I don't know. I'm in Europe a lot, so I'm trying. But that is about us coming forward a little bit, right? Giving ourselves a little bit more there. Okay. I'm going to say a little more about that with the coming forward a little bit. Really, because we're headed into what is quantum, and that's very human. It's not something that's, oh my gosh, this big thing is happening. We're going into the quantum. I'm tired of that narrative because it makes us seem foolish as humans. Like, oh, we're going to become spiritual beings. And who cares? We're here to be humans. We're not here to go to Mars. We're here to live on the earth. You know, when you go into the woods, 90% of the time you start stepping underneath the trees on the path and your whole body calms down. What's going to be happening on Mars? Not that. Not that. So stop being in this idea that we're so spiritual. We're learning the extent of our humanness and we're expanding that. And it is quantum. Okay, so when I say that, this idea of being present, well, it's a nice stepping stone in my work. When we move beyond that model, what happens is we move into our ability to expand, and that being with ourselves means we're home. When somebody knocks, we're home, even if we don't want to answer. But the other piece to that is because we're home, we can be in the future, the past, and the present all at once. And it's not overwhelming to us. It's available to us. It's as though we're a viewer of it, like we're looking at a piece of art and we can put the composition together. We're smarter by it, more able from it. It's powerful, but it's not beyond human reach. It's not some spiritual trick or way to do it. It's us. Humans can do this. Powerful. Okay, let's take a deeper look. I'm excited what's going to happen next. Okay, it shows chanting. And at first it looks as though the people I'm seeing are at a ball game, let's say, soccer or football or, American football, um, European or the rest of the world soccer, or which is football. But there's this chanting, yeah, yeah, team, or something repetitive. But then it moves into vocal toning, this deep in the throat. That wasn't a very good example, but you get what I mean. And that we might find ourselves desiring to do vocal toning. And there's no accident in that. You will do the right tone that your body needs. I've been doing one, not now, but just recently, the past few months, for just about a week and a half, that was an A sound, which was really hard for me to make. And normally, vocal things are quite easy for me. And my voice would quiver. And I thought, yeah, it's working something out. This is exactly what I need right now. Same thing. If you find yourself sort of raging inside, I want to fight for this, you might see yourself wanting to go into vocal toning. Just go ahead and do it. You're not going to do it wrong. You just do what you sense, right? If it's whatever sound you need to make. I like to do it in the car when I'm alone, but I'm rarely in a car alone these days. But when I'm back in the States and I'm in my car, I will do vocal toning because I'm all alone. It's perfect. Think about that. And if you're sensing it, go ahead and do it. There's also this idea of breaking something down. Now that chanting looks almost like people are imprisoned and they're saying, let us out. But it shows up in activism. It shows up in the desire to go out and protest in any country to say, this is wrong. We aren't going to accept this anymore as the people. And that's powerful. I mean, Ireland just did it. The people went out, people that were lorry drivers, which is truck drivers, and cabbies, and all of these people that are in the industry with the need to have gasoline or petrol, that they went out and they said, you have to subsidize this. There's not really a reason. What is the reason that the gas prices have soared? Because if you can tell us that, maybe we'll think about it. But otherwise, you need to subsidize these things because this is our livelihood. And I can't drive my truck across the country on this type of situation, in this type of situation where it's gone up so much. And they got it. The government did it. Now they're protesting for more. This is what we need to do, is if the government has that weight on them, they're going to see the true needs of the people. And heck, we need people governing that are everyday people. We have to be done with these Yale Law School and Harvard, and we got to be done with that. Because I want somebody who can understand me, who can understand that woman over there, who can understand that other person over there. That's who I want governing us, because they can make really good choices for a whole bunch of people. And they can weigh the pros and cons and say, there are more pros for people who aren't earning as much money so that they can have a life that they can rest and stay healthy and eat good food that they need, not just have to buy the scrappy, cheap stuff, right? In the US, it's like a dangerous zone. It's awful. It's not fair. It's not fair at all. Okay, I'm on my soapbox. I can't help it. Part of who I am. I grew up in a social justice family in some ways. Okay, let's keep looking and see what's there. Gosh, the chanting comes again. Chant. You might even chant in your car what you want to have happen. At first, you're getting the anger out. I'm so angry about this. So you're chanting, I don't like this, or something to that effect. And it feels eventually the heart softens and you move into, this is what I want for the people, or this is what I want for our world. It's about greater vision for how it can be. And it feels very grounded, not superficial. Like, boy, I do really want that for humanity. That's an important piece. I didn't even know I had that in me, right? It's going to reveal things to you, make you feel like you're part of it and powerful within it. I'm going to share this too. I'll ask you to mess around with it and try different things. I decided that I would, when I would be in my car and there'd be a homeless person on the corner, one time I saw that where I thought, so many times I thought, stick bananas or granola bars or apples in your car or McDonald's gift cards to give to these people. And I would not remember. So one day I saw this man who was homeless and I thought, what you can do is send him love. And so as I sat at this very long light, I didn't look at him. I just sent from my heart to his love. And you know what he did? He packed up his sign and he left. That taught me something very powerful. And then I was in the Twin City of the Twin Cities and same thing. And I thought, do it again. And I sent that person love and they packed up their sign and they left. That shows directly these people aren't loving themselves. And it's not because they aren't capable of it. It's probably because they never had access to that. They never had somebody who loved them. They never had that unconditional situation. The reason I'm bringing this up is I want you to try things out. I don't want you to shy away from pressing into your world and seeing what's there in the chanting. Don't look around too much if you're on the highway, but look around, see what types of cars are passing by you. Notice the patterns going on around you. You don't have to get crazy about that. But we can learn a lot from just doing simple things. Look at that simple thing I did and what happened as a result. Powerful. It said a lot about how society treats people and how they feel about themselves without uttering one word. Okay, let's take a deeper look. It says channel your inner you. I'm not big on the word channeling because people who channel are pretty rare. I'm not a channeler. And people say it all the time. Oh, I channel. And they say it with that tone. Stop it. You don't know what channeling is. If you knew what it was, you would not be saying that. And you got that term from somebody else. And really what you're doing is you're sensing the energy and translating it. I'm a reader. I say the work that I do is like reading in a foreign language. Like I'm reading in German and now I'm turning and reading a book in energy. That's all. There's nothing incredible about it. It's a simple thing. And we need to stop making it something that seems so out of reach or that we're so amazing because we can do it, because everybody can. It's just the people who have more trauma sometimes are more in touch with it because they had to use it to survive. And sometimes, too, when we're going through the healing process, we lose touch with it because we have to deal with the emotions, and the emotions inform the need. And if we don't have access to our emotions, they're jumbled. They're not firing in the way that we understand so that we can make use of it. We get confused about what our needs are. And we tend to attract people who will say, well, you don't get to have any needs. So we need to heal that emotional piece so that we can know our needs and we can move on to the next step, which would be intuition. We're going to sense more. We're going to feel things and sense them. And you might say, I'm so sensitive and I can feel everything and I'm an empath. Knock it off. That's making you look silly. That's all it's doing. I'm sorry. And I'm sorry to be the one to tell you that. But an empath is somebody who can sense things. But if you can't not sense things, you have no power in it. And that's embarrassing. That's not right. You need to find your power in it so that you can stop saying that, because it's not an identifier to say, I belong with this community. That's what you're trying to do. You don't want to belong to a community with people who don't understand their power. You want to be in a group of people who know their power, because that's where you can light yours on fire. You can turn it on high. That's what we want. Okay. And you're okay. You're okay. Just rethink it, because what you're saying is, I'm powerless. And words are energy in another way. I mean, I have another story that I tell about worry, which is the same thing. If we worry about another person, we're saying, I don't believe in you. What a horrible thing to have behind the scenes with somebody. And they know it. They can sense that. So we want to be really aware of what we're operating from. And if you need to be an empath for a time, be in that community. But your point is to move through and to see yourself as, oh, I'm a creator in a way I didn't know. And I don't have to even say that to anybody. I'm powerful now with this ability of being empathic. Okay, nothing will touch you then. That's what we want. That shows you're in your power. Okay, let's look at one last thing here. There's lots of, you can't go wrong with that, or this will work out if you do it this way, or lots of people telling us how to do it, how it's going to work out for us, what that means, and the way. Nobody knows the way but you. And if you continue to listen to those voices, you're going to continue to flounder. You have to listen inside, even though it's uncomfortable. You're going to have to face things you don't want to face. You're going to have to go back to things that you tried to avoid in the past. You've got to get in there and take a look at yourself and say, I've got to push through this. Ask the universe, ask the angels, ask anything out there that you feel is positive and powerful for you. Can you help? Help me through this. I want to come through. Show me the way. Right? We need to press into that energy. You can do this. You can do this. Okay. Okay, I'll leave it there. I hope that this reading has served you. And if it has, put a like, a comment,